Today, let me tell you the true story of a man who rose from poverty and pain to become the President of the United States, not through wealth or education, but through hard work, courage, and belief in himself. This is the story of Andrew Johnson, a man who began as a tailor's apprentice, never went to school, but became the 17th President of America. Andrew Johnson was born in 1808 in a small town in North Carolina, USA. His family was very poor. His father died when he was only 3 years old. Life became hard. His mother worked as a washerwoman. There was no money for school, no books, no classroom. At age 10, Andrew began working. By age 14, he became an apprentice tailor, sewing clothes, cutting fabric, cleaning shops. He never went to school. He could not read or write. But deep inside, Andrew had a fire, the desire to learn and lead. In his tailor shop, Andrew would listen to customers talk about politics. He listened carefully. Then he started to ask questions. One day, a kind customer gave him a book. That night, Andrew sat alone and tried to read each word. It was hard, but he kept trying. He taught himself to read and write. By age 17, Andrew opened his own tailor shop in Tennessee. He worked with his hands, but he also used his mind. He read newspapers and law books between sewing. As Andrew listened to the struggles of poor people, workers, farmers, widows, he realized something. They had no voice in politics. So Andrew began to speak, first in small groups, then in public meetings. His voice was strong. His ideas were clear. People respected him. They said, "He is one of us." In 1829, at just 21 years old, Andrew Johnson entered politics. He became alderman, then mayor, then a member of the Tennessee House of Representatives. From sewing clothes, he began shaping laws. Andrew's political career grew. In time, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives and then the Senate. He fought for poor people. He wanted free public schools and laws to protect workers. During the Civil War, when Southern states were breaking away, Johnson remained loyal to the Union. Even though he was from the South, he believed in one United States. In 1862, President Abraham Lincoln appointed him as military governor of Tennessee. In 1864, Lincoln made him vice president. In 1865, something tragic happened. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. Suddenly, Andrew Johnson became president. It was a time of great pain. The Civil War had just ended. The country was broken, socially, politically, and emotionally. Johnson faced a difficult task: how to rebuild America. He tried to unite the North and South. He believed in bringing the nation back together, but without hate or revenge. However, many in Congress disagreed with his methods. He faced huge pressure and political battles. Andrew Johnson stood firm. He refused to follow what others wanted blindly. In 1868, the U.S. House of Representatives impeached him, meaning they tried to remove him from office. But in the Senate, he survived removal by just one vote. One single vote saved his presidency. Even though he was not a perfect president, he stood strong for what he believed. After his term ended in 1869, Andrew Johnson went back to Tennessee. He remained active in public life, and in 1875, he was elected again to the U.S. Senate, the only former president to do so. Sadly, he passed away the same year. He died poor, but with great pride in his life of service. Andrew Johnson's life shows us that education is powerful even if it starts late. Being poor does not mean powerless. You don't need to be born rich or famous to make a difference. Hard work, honesty, and courage can take you to the highest place, even the White House. And most of all, never stop learning, never stop believing. My mother taught me to work, not to beg. Andrew Johnson.